Once you've identified some potential collaborators of yours, the key question is, how do you get them to pay attention? How are you going to get them to actually become partners of yours? This is particularly challenging if you're a nobody and they're a somebody and you're trying to become famous by working with them. So, to guide this process, what we're going to do is we're going to rely on an article from Harvard Business Review, A Guide to Cold Emailing. And what I'm going to provide is 6 tips for cold emailing slash messaging influencers. So, why am I saying messaging here? Because sometimes the best results you're going to get are not going to be from email. They're going to be from writing people on Facebook, writing their business accounts on Instagram, and finding any sort of direct message channel that you can find, or possibly even posting publicly in things like Facebook groups or comments on YouTube. So, tip number 1, tailor your message to the recipient. Make it clear why you are writing them as opposed to anyone. So the main reason you want to do this is because people that are famous, people that are top influencers, they're getting messages all the time. I get messages all the time. And if I just see a message that seems like spam, where they're just trying to aggressively get me into a meeting, then I'm going to dismiss it. I'm going to delete it. I'm not going to pay attention. But if there's been some level of personalization there, or some reason to believe that I should pay attention to this more than any other person that's getting bombarded with emails, then I'm more likely to read it, process it, and respond to it. So I'm going to give you a few examples here. Here's a message that I sent to an influencer, and I said, hi, first name. I found you while researching the more influential YouTubers regarding Shopify. So you can see here what I've done is I've personalized it by saying, this is especially for you because you're a YouTuber who specializes in Shopify. I'd like to offer you a perpetually free account to use X, the app that makes website personalization and optimization as easy as using Canva, and then see how we could work together perhaps. And I give some additional details. So I'm making it relevant to this person by highlighting certain keywords that are relevant to him, such as Shopify. I'm offering him something for free that's valuable. And then I'm also implying that I'm interested in another relationship. So I'm not just going out of the gate saying, hey, will you be a partner of mine? No, I'm presenting something first, a gift to build rapport. Now, on the left, this was a completely customized, handwritten. On the right, we have a program called Lemlist, which is one of many tools that you can use for automating cold emails. And in cases like this, you'll have some level of personalization, but not completely, because we're interested in doing cold emails at scale here. So you can see I'm using first name as a variable in the subject, hi first name again as a variable. I'm giving away 25 free licenses to whatever VIPs to use this. If you're interested, please let me know and I'll set up your account. Very brief account. Brief message that is designed to solicit replies. And you can see that I can set this up as steps with delays where there's follow-ups. Here I'm calling out people that are CVPMs. Doesn't matter what that is. Not really. The point here is that there are certain designations that people may fall under, these influencers. So maybe they're doctors, maybe they're people that are famous on YouTube, or they're famous for reviewing certain types of brands. Like I'm reaching out to famous fashion bloggers, just calling out something, some sort of an identifier that says, hey, this is for you and not just for everybody. All right, tip number 2, validate yourself. So you need to establish some sort of credibility. Some common ways to do that are to say you have a mutual connection, you have something in common, or just talking about something that gives you status. So here's a successful cold email that I've sent out, and it says, I'm reaching out because I thought you might want some free advice on blah, blah, blah. I'm a SaaS marketer with 10 years experience ranging from a Google-backed startup to the Fortune 100. So you can see I've established my credibility by saying my expertise. I've called out some major brand names here. And then I also reinforce my credibility here by saying I have an MBA from the top marketing school in the US. I'm also the author of this book. So immediate status credibility established in a very, very short email. Now, number 3, take away a pain or give away something valuable. So the key thing here is there something in it for the recipient? Or is it just all about you? Are you just trying to get something, or are you trying to give something? Now, the author talks about using gimmicks like giving people money or gift cards is not something that you should do. I disagree with this personally. From my experience, offering money, offering gift cards, very effective way of appealing to people's self-interest, to get their attention, to get a meeting, to get feedback, to get whatever it is that you want from these influencers or potential partners. So I tested this empirically one time when I was working for a client. Subject A was regarding a Starbucks gift card, and subject B was asking them for help or advice or input. Subject A outperformed by far. Appealing to people's self-interest, giving them money is going to get a much higher response rate than appealing to their goodwill or whatever. This is going to be particularly relevant when you're targeting people that are always getting bombarded with solicitations, like top influencers. Tell them what's in it for them and they'll pay attention. So an example of this, I sent this message. I said, "Hi, first name. I've seen you around in a lot of places, including Facebook, YouTube, and Referral Candy. You seem to be a pretty important VIP in the e-commerce world, and I'd like to pay you for your input. Would you be willing to see a demo of the product in exchange for an honorarium of a $75 Visa gift card? Thanks." So this is a very effective way of getting an immediate meeting with a top influencer.